What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys another video today. Now, I know I've not uploaded a video in about 10 days now, but don't worry, we're back here, back with a source, back to business. So in today's video, we're going to look at a couple of stocks I traded this week. We're going to look at how the market's played out this week. We're going to have a little preview on next week because there are big plays next week. There are big earnings. There are lots of stocks to be played. There's a bit of interesting news which is going to come out next week. There's a lot of things to discuss. So like I said, we're going to cover all that in today's video. But the first thing I want to say is, hopefully you guys are well. Hopefully you guys have been trading. Hopefully you guys have been staying, making money, and also enjoying some free time to yourselves. But like I said, let's talk about these markets. So to begin with, the market sold off today. And it was actually bound to happen because it's been a very positive week, a very, very strong week for the markets. As you can see here, the S&P 500 index sold off almost 1% today. I feel like people do forget when stocks rally back to back to back, as they did see here, jumping up and up and up, that there can be a pullback expected. So that's exactly what happened with the S&P 500 index, happened with the markets overall today. So it was bound to be a red day after a good few strong green days. Now, over the week we were green. That's what matters most. I'm going to dive into, well, a few different topics right now. Just go into Yahoo Finance, go into the homepage before we look at earnings plays. Here we go. Snapchat crashed 39% overnight after announcing a poor earnings. This is the second quarter in a row this has happened. Snapchat's been getting beat up, and I'm not really sure why, but this stock seems to give a lot of false hope. Me, personally, I thought Snapchat might rise a little bit, jump up to around $20 or $25 even. Nope, just crashed back down. Now it's under $10. This is the second time it's happened, second quarter in a row it's happened. And you can see here, Meta has also dropped 8% today, purely because of Snapchat as well. But Meta actually announced earnings next week, so keep your eyes out on that one. That's going to be extremely interesting. So yeah, tech sector kind of saw a bad day today. You can see it's Snapchat's fault, basically. Yeah, Snapchat got destroyed. Look at the crazy drop here. Revenue was slightly less than estimates, etc., etc. I don't really know what the future holds for this company, but it's definitely one to keep on your radar, maybe potentially for more puts. Now, let's jump into the earnings. So here you see, next week is a huge week for earnings. You've got Coca-Cola, Visa, McDonald's, Google, Microsoft, all on Tuesday. Wednesday, even more interesting, Meta, Ford, Qcom, Boeing, Shopify, Spotify. It is crazy. Then Thursday, Amazon, Apple, MasterCard, Roku, Intel. It is going to be a very crazy week for earnings. And then Friday, you got Exxon, Chevron. I'm telling you, next week is going to be a mad week. So let's jump onto TradingView, hop on and look at these charts now. First, I'll look at a couple stocks that I traded this week. And then after that, we can go into what I'm looking at for next week. Also, do not forget, next week, I can't remember what day it is, probably Wednesday or Thursday, I'd say, we're going to find out how much interest rates are going to be raised by. That is always a big indication, I want to say, of the market being about to drop. So keep your eyes out on that. In other words, I'm looking and expecting for a market sell-off next week, just so you guys know that in advance. So here I'm starting off with Netflix because I traded Netflix calls yesterday, $222.50 calls. This was a great trade, and I was extremely happy with this trade because look at the chart here. As a 15-minute chart, there's not much more you could want. A beautiful uptrend throughout the day. Once it finally broke above the moving averages, pushed above this resistance zone, it just started uptrending, finishing at 224 before selling off after hours. Now, I didn't hold on to Dell. I held on to my home run, which was around 112%. So I sold off just before the calls were actually in the money, but it's all good. We doubled our money. You can't ask for much more than that, especially in this kind of market. So money was made with Netflix. That was nice. And after their strong bull run over the past however many days, past week, it's jumped about $34, $35 in the past week. It's been a strong bull run with Netflix, and we managed to profit off that. Now we're going to look at Tesla because I traded Tesla today. It was a very short trade, and I wish I'd made more of Tesla over the past week. But hey, money is money. And again, in this market, you can't take that for granted. So for Tesla, I traded the 810 puts, left with just over 30%. They hit highs of 51% from when I entered. I'll show you right now. Tesla's a big mover. You guys got to remember that. So it pushed up, and the moment it started breaking down below these moving averages on 50-minute chart, I was like, yep, this is our time to get in. You can see this was the first support zone, and once it started breaking below my level of support here as well, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll get in. I mentioned to the group in our Discord that this was the price target right here, and it did get there because, again, that was the level of support I was looking at. And in this market, especially when you're trading a 0 date expiration, you want to take your profit and move. That's what happened with Tesla. That's what I did. As you can see, towards the end of the day, it started to push up again. That's always a red flag. That's a no-go. When a stock starts to push up towards the end of the day or drop down, whatever, if it's stagnant, whatever happens, if it doesn't move largely in your favor with a big movement, you want to cut out. You always want to cut out, especially when your contract expires the same day. So it was a good 2 from 2 this week, and we roll on to next week. I'm going to start off with ExxonMobil. They report earnings Friday. Remember that oil has been selling off. Well, the price of oil in real life has been dropping recently, and that's good for us who obviously have to fuel our cars. But that also means the stock does drop a little bit as well. So what I'm looking at for ExxonMobil, if we just go back to the daily chart, here we go. We're in this channel. I'm expecting it to drop below and fall into this level of support, this support zone. It may happen, it may not happen, but that's my expectation. On the other hand, if it does decide to break above this moving average, look to see if it can push towards 90, that 90, 91, that area. That's only a $3-4 gain. A few percent could have you making a nice little day trade there. That's what my expectations are. Now I'm going to jump over to the airlines. Boeing announced earnings Thursday, remember that? I think Southwest also announced Thursday. Boeing has been on a nice, I won't call it a green streak, but a nice uptrend over the last few weeks. Had a bit of a pullback today, but I feel like that's a good potential for entry. If it can hold above this moving average and we get good news of earnings or in anticipation of earnings, that could be a catalyst for it to start pushing up $5, $10 easily. Remember last week I traded American Airlines, and American Airlines did push up in anticipation of their earnings. Hopefully we see a similar situation with Boeing. Either way, we're going to play what the market gives us. Here's American Airlines last week. This little period here, there, just pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Okay, this week it did sell off, so that might also be an indication of what Boeing might do. A push up in anticipation of earnings. Once earnings are announced, it may sell off drastically. Now I'm going to look at AMD because we like the tech sector and we look at AMD a lot. AMD, here we go, $88 right now. Sold off today and pulling back towards this level of support, this moving average. At the same time, it could hold here and start pushing up higher towards the next level of resistance that I have. Beware here, there's a gap from 90 to around 95. That's where it gapped down. We could potentially see a gap up in similar fashion next week. That may be the case, but that may also not be the case. It might be just a steady climb. Either way, you've got to trade what the market gives you. As always, that never changes with us. So that's what I'm looking at for AMD. Remember, long term, it has plenty of room for recovery. Don't ever forget that. Zoom out, look at the long term. Here we go. 130s, 140s, up to potentially highs of 160s if we get back up to the previous highs. That's potentially up to around 96, 98% returns in the long run. So keep that on your radar for the stocks to buy and hold. Now I'm going to look at TDOC, as this has a gap to fill. Here's that massive gap up to around $56, $57 from where we are right now. It's been steadily trending above the moving averages. Let me zoom in for you guys. Now you can see what I'm talking about. See how it jumped down from 56 all the way to $31. Now we're at $41 and we have a jump up to around 56. Yeah, that could be a play, a good swing trade, or a potential leap, I'd say. Just depends how you want to trade it and what the option premiums are priced at. But T-Dog has been on my radar. I've been mentioning it a few times in the Discord, on YouTube here, on Twitter, etc. Just like AMD, long term, there's great potential for recovery. If it gets back up to the 200s or even previous highs, that's about 300, 400% returns right there. So again, another one to keep on your radar, another one to keep on your watch list. And lastly, we're going to look at Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA. We haven't analyzed Meta yet, I just realized. So Alibaba is second to last, not last. Alibaba is at $100. This is always a critical point, a critical level. Because if we drop, we could be dropping about $15 to $20 back to around $80. That's where the daily support and the weekly support zones are. But if we push up, we could be pushing up about $10 first and then break that, another $10 up to the daily resistance. So we're at that critical point now where we just need to play what the market gives us. That's the reason Alibaba is on watch right now. I like these kind of setups where stocks really pay attention to their support and resistance. And these are the levels where you just want to see, is it going to continue bleeding, or is here where it bottoms out, reverses, and starts uptrending? So again, Alibaba, you've got to play what the market gives you, see what happens from here onwards. My prediction, honestly, is that here it finds a little bit of support and starts uptrending again. It may get rejected at $110 and start downtrending, but from here I'm expecting it to uptrend. So like I said, Meta announced earnings next week. Meta, I'm a long-term shareholder, and it dropped almost 8% today, which was not good for my shares, but it is good for those of you who traded puts on it, if you did. This is an interesting one. Meta, Twitter, Pinterest, Snap, all seem to do similar movements when one or the other does a big movement, a big gain, or a big drop. I'm expecting Meta to continue dropping. On the other hand, we've seen this before. If we look in the past, here we go. Last earnings. It was trading around $172. Before you knew it, it was at $199, $200. I have a funny feeling this could happen again. Of course, who knows what's going to happen? I'm just intrigued to see how it plays out. Look at that massive jump up. I don't even believe I don't think they beat earnings by that much. I feel like earnings was pretty even. I know they missed revenue, but look at that jump. That's what's intriguing me about this. It's just gapped down most likely because of the Snap earnings. And there could be a potential jump up next week again, just like last earnings. Same way Snap repeated the movement from its last earnings, same way Facebook could repeat movement from its last earnings. I'm intrigued to see how it plays out. But as I've said multiple times in the Discord, on the lounge, on Twitter Spaces, in my courses, you can have all the support and resistance levels you like. You can have all the support and resistance zones you like. Facebook or Meta or Snap or any of these stocks, when they have their earnings, they don't care about what we think. They don't care about our technical analysis and levels. They might just do whatever they want. So Facebook is probably going to do whatever it wants. But let's just keep our eyes on it. Let's just have a look at that Snapchat chart one more time. Wow, 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 wow. Tell you what, anyone who had calls in that is definitely struggling today. Anyone who had puts, though, probably makes thousands of percentage on whatever they had. Look, there's a daily support zone. Snapchat doesn't care about that. And yeah, it's ugly. It's looking ugly. I just want to look at the S&P 500 quickly. Every time I say last stock, I end up looking at more stocks, more and more stocks. So make sure you guys smash the like button for all my hard work and the efforts I'm putting in. Here's the week. Nice week for S&P 500. Like I said, I'm expecting news in regards to interest rates to push this down. We broke above the daily resistance, kind of like we broke out of this little channel here. But I think it's time to drop back down a little bit, even if it's just a pullback to like 390, maybe 388. That's what I'm expecting next week. So that is it from me, guys. I really do hope you guys smash the like button if you guys appreciated this video. Even if you didn't appreciate this video, please just drop a thumbs up. It does help in a great way. Also, let me know your thoughts on the video. Just drop it in the comment section below. As always, it's always nice to hear from you guys. Hear what you guys think about the videos. Hear what you guys have to say about the stocks or whatever. Make sure you guys also share these videos with your friends. Get them out to more people. It does help the YouTube algorithm. It does help me grow my channel, of course, and get these videos out. It does help more people just learn about stocks, etc., etc. And then, of course, if you are new around here and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, then make sure you guys hit the red button below, the beautiful red button. It does not cost you anything. Once again, it helps me in a great way. The same way I'm helping you guys, I'd love if you guys could help me. And one new thing, I'm going to be on a podcast in a few minutes. So whenever that drops, I'm probably going to try to upload it to YouTube. Otherwise, I'll send you guys a link and let you guys know how you can watch that. So do stay tuned. It's going to be about stocks, trading options, my journey, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure it will be intriguing. So make sure you guys tune in to that one. But like I said, once it's released, I'll post it wherever and upload it and let you guys know. That's it from me today, guys. Come and check out the Discord, the Royal Trading Academy. You guys know where to find us. We do all our analysis, breakdowns, trading ideas. Everything is in there. And if you haven't checked out the Stock Option Starter Pack already, go check that one out as well. $99 for 10 videos you have access to for life. So like I said, go check it out if you want to get help in learning more about trading options, get more insight into the world of options in general. But that's it from me, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Go have a great weekend. I go into making, you go into making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.